Howdy folks, welcome to Bullish on Farming. Today's July 4th and just moved the pigs to a fresh paddock. This is going to be the 6th paddock of our 6-paddock rotational system. We had the pigs out mid-April and here we are 4th of July touching down in our 6th paddock. And then the paddock beyond that wire there where you see that skid leaning was paddock 1 where we started the rotation, and that's had about, well, let's see if it's 2 weeks occupation in each paddock. 5 times 2, that's had about 10 weeks of rest, or it will at least by the time the pigs are done with this paddock, which will be in 2 weeks time. And you can see there's plenty of green cover for these pigs to be rooting up, mulching in the soil, consuming and contributing to the nutritional density of the meat. It's also great housing for microbial activity in the soil, allowing the land to express itself and for vegetation to grow out, establish root structure, feed the soil, attract more life, and contribute to the fertility and activity that's happening on a microbial level. And of course, the pigs will stir all this up and lightly till the ground. And this is an area of the farm where we want to be doing that. We've put the pigs in an area where we're being intentional with the type of work that they do. Back here used to be where the cattle just used to spend time in the winter, and there was a lot of poaching and punching and trampling and smothering of mud in this section. So what the pigs have done for us is they've really aerated the soil, lightened up the top few inches, done that with designated recovery rest periods, fertilized it with their manure, and allowing the ground to be malleable so that life forms can move through it. Also, any seeds that are blowing in the wind, native from the range, might take in the soil after it's been loosened up. And you can see on a hot day like today, it's 30 degrees, humidex 37. These pigs just want to be in the shade. They want to be bathing in cool soil. And we've been getting consistent rain, nothing crazy, but it's been consistent. And so, within the first few inches of that soil, there is some moisture. And as the pigs root it up, you can see right here that dark, rich soil. They're going to reveal some, bathing areas for themselves. Keeping the water topped up is essential. Lubricating their feed with water is also very helpful. I bring out a bucket of scratch grain and mix that with their hog grower to add some moisture content to their feed. Plus we have some extra whey that I haven't brought out yet, but that increases the moisture in their feed and minimizes the amount of time that you have to refill your water tub. It also makes the feed more palatable, so they'll chow that down quicker, and at the end of the day, they'll be eating more. You can see it's actually quite dry right now. Even with the fermented grain, there is some moisture in there. But when I come and splash in the whey, it'll be more like a porridge, and the pigs will just down that. And so a lot of twigs and trees to work on in this paddock. The pigs went to work on the last paddock, and why don't we show that? Because we're happy with the work that they've been doing. And these pigs are not small. They got to be on the verge of 200 pounds now. And I just want to show you how they've just absolutely bullied these trees over here. And I think in a previous video I showed a bit of this. But all this area here, these trees have just been taken down, ripped apart, and toyed with. And you'll find areas and sections like that all throughout. Over here, bullying these trees. I don't know how they get to some of these areas. Like you can see how that branch was up there. It snapped and broken. Clearly a pig grabbed that branch and has been tugging on it and pulling on it. And, something like this too. There's a branch right up there and it's been snapped. And somehow there was a pig that was just tearing on that and bringing it down to the ground. And, remnants of bullying everywhere. And this is the type of bullying we want to welcome on the farm, because this area needs to be cleared to a certain degree to allow more sun to get down to the soil level. And if the pigs are willing to do some of that work, well, we're happy to have that. But you can just see, left, the pigs obviously had their way with it. Right, we just moved into this paddock. And when I talk about allowing your land to be ready to accommodate your animals with proper rest periods, this is what we're talking about. If the pigs are moving back into a section like this land has already been soiled. All the vegetation that had root structure has pretty much been consumed, eaten, and mulched into the soil. All the soil has been tossed around and loosened up. The pigs have gone to the bathroom many, many times over the course of 2 weeks in this paddock. And areas have been eroded, whether that be them, burrowing down, digging, or whatever type of impact you want to call it. Over here, the ground has had an opportunity to establish root structure and for plants to express themselves. In that time, microbial activity and life forms have been attracted to the soil to contribute to nature's processes. Any type of droppings that have been left in this paddock have been recycled, consumed by microscopic life form and bacteria. And through the process of photosynthesis and other natural processes, nature's resources have been utilized to grow out life forms. That being vegetative species, which attracts other smaller life forms that feed off of those plants. And now this land is ready to accommodate our animals because the vegetation serves as bedding. There's plenty of root structure to keep everything together, and it's ready to take the beating that the pigs are going to give it. The impact you get on your land from pigs is different than what you get from cattle and sheep. And that's good. You just got to use it appropriately. So in sections like this that are dense brush, which is why I'm a big fan of the forest with pigs, where you're going to have difficulty growing a lot of other stuff until those trees clear out. The pigs are your best friend. Because sure, you're going to get green growth down below, and that's going to contribute to the feed program. But what you're also going to get is a ecosystem that the pigs thrive in, where there's ample shade, the ability for them to forage and engage within their environment with the spirit of their nature. And that sets the animal up for success. And as they thrive, they do good work on your farm. And you're going to have to excuse my sniffles, folks. I have a little bit of pollen allergies, and when it's this hot, it just enables it substantially. But you can see ample green, tons of weeds, but the pigs don't mind it. They'll consume it. And this is our training / loading pen that I might let them in for a day. As you can see that it's all grown out and brushing right up against the hot wire. But everything's good. Fences are hot. Can't complain. 2 weeks time, it'll be a full 10-week rest period for this paddock. Right now it's at 8 weeks. And, you should have seen this paddock when we first left it in April. Not any green left whatsoever. Now here we are, July 4th, tons of green. And this land is going to be ready for the pigs. So exciting stuff, folks. We're right in the sweet spot. We're in the heart of the growing season, and conditions are right. So we're just going to keep working with them. Stay tuned. Thanks for stopping by, and God bless you all. I'll see you on the next one.